Walk into Walmart on a Saturday afternoon in January 2026 and you're staring at a wall of TVs. 55 inches for $298, 65 inches for $448, all of them promising 4K, HDR, smart features. The salesperson says they're all basically the same, just pick whichever's cheapest. Here's what they're not telling you. 3 months from now, one of these TVs will have you Googling TV repair near me at 10 p.m. on a Sunday. Another will still be going strong in Tweenite 33. And the price tags? They won't tell you which is which. I'm about to expose 12 TV brands from worst to best, based on actual reliability data, real owner experiences, and warranty nightmares that stores don't want you to know about. We're talking 24% failure rates, TVs dying 1 week past warranty, and customer service lines that lead absolutely nowhere. But we're also talking about brands that'll last you a decade without a single problem. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly which brands to avoid, which ones are worth your money, and why that $209 deal might be the most expensive TV you ever buy. 12. RCA, the ghost of what used to be. Let's start at the bottom. RCA, the brand that made America's first colored television back in 1954. That company is dead. What you're buying now is just the name slapped on whatever the lowest bidder in Asia manufactures. Here's what's happening. RCA TVs are made by Curtis International, a Canadian licensing company that has zero connection to the original RCA. They're pumping out TVs at rock-bottom prices, and the quality shows it. One Amazon reviewer named Becky said it perfectly. Bought an RCA TV for $249. When I plugged it in, the inside of the screen was damaged. Damaged, out of the box. That's not a shipping problem. That's what happens when quality control means, did we remember to put a screen in it? The pattern with RCA is brutal. TVs arrive DOA, backlights fail within months, HDMI ports stop working, and when you call for support, good luck. RCA customer service is basically a black hole where your warranty claim goes to die. Here's the bottom line. RCA isn't selling you a TV. They're selling you a temporary rectangle that displays images until it doesn't. It's the TV equivalent of a lottery ticket, except the jackpot is, it might last a year. If someone offers you a free RCA TV, take it. If they ask you to pay for it, walk away. Figure 11. Element, the Walmart special. Haji, nobody asked for Element TVs sit on Walmart shelves with price tags that make you stop and stare. 65 inches for under $400. Made in South Carolina, so they slap assembled in America on the box and hope you don't ask too many questions. Here's the thing. Element sources the cheapest components they can find overseas, ships them to Winnsboro, South Carolina, screws them together, and calls it American manufacturing. It's technically true the same way saying, I made dinner is true when you microwaved a frozen meal. Consumer Reports puts Element in the bottom tier alongside RCA and Westinghouse. Their testing shows subpar picture quality, weak HDR performance that's basically marketing, and sound quality that'll have you shopping for a soundbar before you finish setting it up. But the real problem? Reliability. Element TVs have a nasty habit of developing issues right around month 13. Panel problems, power board failures. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when you engineer a TV to survive exactly as long as the warranty. One Reddit user summed it up. My Element lasted 18 months. The backlight went out, sound started cutting in and out, and customer service basically said, sounds like you should buy a new TV. The verdict? Element is what happens when a company asks, how cheap can we make this? Instead of, how good can we make this? Skip it. Burn 10, Westinghouse. A zombie brand that won't die Westinghouse. The name sounds trustworthy, American, reliable, That company made your grandparents' refrigerator, and it's still running. The company making these TVs has nothing to do with that legacy. Westinghouse licensed their name decades ago, and now it's bouncing between manufacturers like a hot potato. The TVs change, the quality fluctuates, but the problems stay consistent. Consumer Reports surveyed almost 200,000 TV owners. The brands to avoid for reliability? Westinghouse topped the list alongside Polaroid and Mitsubishi. We're talking about failure rates that make buying a Westinghouse feel like playing Russian roulette with your entertainment budget. The complaints are remarkably consistent. HDMI ports that stop working, remotes that barely function from across the room, smart features that lag so badly you'll want to throw the remote through the screen. One Best Buy reviewer said their 58-inch Westinghouse needed 2 replacements in 3 years for broken ports right out of the box. Here's a quote that says it all. "Had a Westinghouse for 2 years. The picture was fine when it actually worked, but we had to unplug it and plug it back in 4 times during a 90-minute movie. It's not worth purchasing even if it's on sale." The verdict? Westinghouse is a fossil that forgot to evolve. There are too many better options at similar prices to gamble on this brand. Number 9. Insignia. Best Buy's mediocre. House. Brand Insignia is Best Buy's house brand, which means Best Buy controls everything about it: the specs, the price, and conveniently the repairs. It's a closed ecosystem designed to keep you coming back. Here's what you're actually getting. Insignia TVs are manufactured by various companies, mostly Hisense, and branded with Best Buy's name. Some models are decent, most are aggressively mediocre, and the reliability? That's where things get interesting. Reddit is full of owners reporting the same pattern. Insignia TVs develop problems right around 12 to 18 months. One reviewer said, "My Insignia lasted exactly 1 year and 2 weeks. The audio stopped working. Best Buy said no parts available within 30 days, and they gave me store credit. Then I learned everyone has this exact story. It's almost like these TVs know when their warranty ends." Consumer Reports initially recommended several Insignia models, then pulled those recommendations after their reliability survey. Translation: these TVs test well in a lab, then fall apart in your living room. The smart features run on Fire TV, which is fine, but the panels themselves are budget grade. Expect mediocre brightness, poor viewing angles, and black levels that look more like dark gray levels. For casual viewing in a bedroom? Sure. For your main TV, you can do better. One Walmart shopper said it best. "Bought an Insignia because it was cheap and available. It works, but I spend more time waiting for apps to load than I do watching TV." 8. Vizio, the brand that used to be good. Here's where things get complicated. Vizio used to be the go-to budget brand. 5 to 10 years ago, you could buy a Vizio and feel good about it. Competitive price, decent picture, solid reliability. That company no longer exists. Consumer Reports estimates that 20% of Vizio TVs will develop a problem within the first 5 years. Let that sink in. 1 in 5. For comparison, Sony's failure rate is 11%. You're almost twice as likely to have problems with a Vizio. The complaints flooding consumer affairs in late 2025 are brutal. TVs randomly shutting off, apps freezing constantly, remotes that stop working. And here's the kicker. These problems show up right after the 1-year warranty expires. One owner wrote in December 2025, "Purchased a 50-inch smart TV in May 2024. Here in December 2025, just 7 months past the 1-year mark, it messes up and Vizio refuses to replace it or refund it. Customer service offered me a discount on a new TV. Are you kidding me?" Another reviewer from the same month. "I've had 2 Vizios for a full year now, and they are abysmal. Problems with remotes, TV shutting down at random times during the day. Issues with streaming and using the pre-programmed apps. My next television purchase will be for a reliable brand. 7. Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED. Alexa's expensive hobby. Amazon wants in on the TV game. They've got the Fire TV Omni QLED series ranging from $429 for 50 inches up to $849 for 65 inches. The pitch is simple. Alexa built-in, Fire TV interface, QLED panel. What could go wrong? Here's what. Amazon cut corners you didn't know existed. The 2025 Omni QLED uses full-array local dimming instead of mini LEDs. That might sound like technical jargon, but here's what it means. The Roku Pro Series and TCL QM6K at the same price point have significantly better brightness and contrast. Amazon's making you pay flagship prices for mid-tier technology. Tom's Guide tested it and said straight up, you should wait to buy it. Why? Because Amazon always slashes prices on their own TVs during Prime Day and Black Friday. That $849 model? It'll be $600 in 2 months. But even at a discount, there are problems. Only one HDMI 2.1 port, a 60 Hz refresh rate when competing TVs offer 120 Hz, limited gaming features, subpar color accuracy, and here's the fun part. Motion smoothing and sharpness settings come turned on by default, which means you're not seeing content the way it was meant to be seen until you manually fix it. 6. Philips, the healthcare company that forgot about TVS. Philips is a weird one. Founded in 1891, they spent the last decade shifting focus from consumer electronics to healthcare technology. They don't even make TVs directly anymore. TP Vision, a joint venture between TPV Technology and Philips, manufactures and markets Philips TVs now. Consumer Reports gave Philips the same reliability score as Samsung, which sounds great until you see their owner satisfaction score sitting near the bottom, just above Toshiba. Translation: the TVs work, but people don't like them. The UK's Which? Survey, covering nearly 10,000 TV owners, found that 24% of Philips TVs developed faults within 6 years. That ties them with the worst brands in the survey. Screen problems dominate the complaints. Dead pixels, backlight issues, panels that just stop working. Here's the problem. Philips TVs often test well in reviews. They have decent specs on paper, sometimes impressive picture quality. But real-world longevity, that's where they fall apart. And when something goes wrong, you're dealing with support from TP Vision, not Philips, which adds layers of confusion to warranty claims. Fear for 5. Hisense, the value brand walking a tightrope. Hisense is budget royalty, right up until they're not. Their higher-end models, like the U80N, deliver performance that embarrasses TVs costing twice as much. The U7 series gives you mini LED backlighting and impressive HDR at prices that make Samsung's marketing team nervous. But here's where it gets messy. Quality control is all over the map. Consumer Reports yanked recommendations from multiple Hisense models after reliability surveys showed a 20% failure rate within 5 years. That's the same rate as Vizio. Consumer Affairs reviews from late 2025 tell horror stories. TVs failing within 3 to 5 months, backlights dying, speakers going silent, and Hisense claiming defects are normal and refusing warranty service. The customer service is where Hisense really falls apart. Trustpilot reviews describe it as very bad. Complaints include TVs failing within months, difficulty reaching support, repair delays lasting weeks or months, and warranty denials that make 0 sense. Wall-mounted TVs? Some service partners refuse to handle them, which means you're paying $500 to dismount and remount your TV just to get warranty service. 4. TCL, the budget king with fine print. TCL disrupted the TV market by making one simple bet. What if we gave people premium features at budget prices? Their 6 Series and QM8 models deliver mini LED backlighting, impressive brightness, and specs that rival TVs costing double. The TCL QM8K is selling for around $1,300, and it's getting recommendations from RT Ings, Consumer Reports, and Popular Mechanics. The picture quality approaches OLED while being bright enough for sunny rooms. You'd pay $2,000 from Samsung for similar performance. Here's the catch. Reliability depends on which model you buy. TCL's budget models, the 3 Series and 4 Series under $300, cut too many corners. They're inconsistent. Apps crash, picture quality fluctuates, software bugs pop up randomly. But once you hit the 5 Series and above, TCL becomes genuinely reliable. One Reddit user said, "Bought a TCL 6 Series, died days after purchase. TCL sent a repairman who swapped 3 boards with no luck. The repairman told me screen going black is a common issue. TCL eventually sent a refund check." Number 3, Samsung. Innovation with a side of panel lottery. Samsung is the TV equivalent of a Tesla. Cutting-edge technology, flashy features, stunning performance, and an annoying tendency to develop problems that make you question your life choices. Their 2025 flagship, the S95F, uses QD OLED technology that's getting 5-star reviews from everyone who tests it. Tech Radar called it TV of the Year. The brightness is phenomenal, the colors are incredible, and the gaming features are best in class. It's a legitimate masterpiece. But here's the problem Samsung doesn't advertise. Panel uniformity issues affect about 15% of units. That means if you buy a Samsung, there's a real chance you'll see dirty screen effect during sports, banding in dark scenes, or clouding that ruins the viewing experience. Then you're stuck playing the return exchange game until you get a good panel. Number 2, LG, the OLED king with pricing to match. LG manufactures OLED panels for Sony, Panasonic, and others, which gives them a fundamental advantage in the premium TV market. Their OLED lineup is legendary. Perfect blacks, infinite contrast, near instant response time. For dark room viewing and gaming, nothing beats it. The LG C5 is the mainstream OLED sweet spot, delivering stellar picture quality and full gaming features for less than competitors. The G5 pushes brightness even higher with LG's new 4-layer panel. Both are getting consistent 5-star reviews across the board. Reliability-wise, LG sits in the 6.7% failure range over 3 years, matching Samsung. Better than budget brands, not quite Sony level, but solid. Owners consistently praise their OLED panels for lasting 7+ years without burn-in issues, assuming you're not displaying the same static image 24/7. WebOS is one of the best smart TV platforms available. Intuitive, fast, well-organized. Some people hate the pointer remote, but once you get used to it, it's actually faster than traditional remotes. The gaming features are unmatched. All 4 HDMI ports support 4K at 120Hz. You get VRR, ALLM, G-Sync, and FreeSync. Input lag is under 13 ms. If you own a PS5 or Xbox Series X, LG OLEDs give you everything those consoles can deliver. But here's what LG won't tell you. OLED panels still risk burn-in with static content. If you watch cable news with the ticker on screen 8 hours a day, you might see image retention. LG's pixel shifting and screen cleaning help, but they don't eliminate risk entirely. Number 1, Sony, the reliable choice that costs more. Sony doesn't make the flashiest TVs, they don't always have the latest gimmicks. What they do is build TVs that last 10+ years without problems. And in 2026, that's rarer than it should be. Consumer Reports gives Sony a very good reliability rating with an 11% failure rate over 5 years. That's literally half of Vizio, Hisense, and TCL. AVS Forum is full of owners reporting Sony TVs running flawlessly for a decade or longer. One member said, I've had Sony, LG, Panasonic, and Samsung TVs. Every brand except Sony required warranty work or replacement. My Sony X90K is going into year 3 with 0 issues. When I replaced it, I bought another Sony. The secret? Sony doesn't chase trends. They focus on build quality, component reliability, and image processing. Their X1 processor extracts maximum performance from every panel. Motion handling is best in class. Upscaling makes 1080p content look nearly 4K. They nail the fundamentals. Their 2025 lineup includes the Bravia 8 II and Bravia 9, both using Sony's advanced processing on OLED and mini LED panels. The picture quality is consistently praised as accurate, natural, and cinematic. Not flashy, just right. Gaming support is excellent on higher-end models. HDMI 2.1, VRR, ALLM, low input lag. The Google TV platform works smoothly, and Sony's build quality means your TV will still be working when everyone else is on their third replacement. The downside? Price. Sony charges $300 or $500 more than competitors for similar specs. A 65-inch Sony Bravia often costs $2,000+, while a comparable TCL or Hisense is $1,200. You're paying a premium for reliability and processing. Final thoughts. Here's what this all comes down to. Buying a TV in 2026 isn't about finding the cheapest option. It's about understanding the trade-offs. Want a gamble that might pay off huge? Try Hisense or TCL. When they work, they're incredible values. When they don't, you're dealing with customer service nightmares. Want cutting-edge tech and don't mind playing panel lottery? Samsung and LG deliver features other brands can't match. Want something that'll outlast your couch? Sony costs more upfront but saves you money and frustration over time. And those bottom-tier brands? RCA, Element, Westinghouse, Insignia? They're not deals. They're expensive mistakes wrapped in temporary discounts. The most important thing? Buy from somewhere with a real return policy. Costco gives you 90 days. Best Buy gives you 15 with an extended exchange period if you're a member. Amazon gives you 30. Use that window to check for panel issues, dead pixels, and reliability problems. Your TV might last you the next decade. Choose wisely. Now I want to hear from you. What brand TV are you considering? What's your budget? What's your biggest concern? Picture quality, reliability, or features? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this video saved you from buying a lemon or helped you find the right TV, smash that subscribe button. Because next week, I'm exposing the soundbar market, and you're going to be shocked at what the big brands don't want you to know. Thanks for watching. Choose smart, not cheap.